But I know they do because of things that are still said, like, small moments. But me, I mostly see it. And I tried to explain as more and more interviews and more questions, and how many times I heard that in all those weeks. What did the scream sound like, JSB? What did the scream sound like? Can you describe the scream? Can you describe the scream? Can you describe the scream? And within days, I was having to try to help other people understand that something was occurring. And that for the first time in my life, sort of, my brain was doing something. And I felt even then, and I still do now, trying to wall it off. But what it almost immediately started doing was turning into a shape for me. No longer a noise when I closed my eyes, but a shape. And every day, it still exists in that form. Like almost every time I blink, it's there. It's there. But it's a shape. A shape that is overlaid. I don't know if you've ever seen how they turning into a shape for me. No longer a noise when I closed my eyes, but a shape. And every day, it still exists in that form. Like almost every time I blink, it's there. It's there. But it's a shape. A shape that is overlaid. I don't know if you've ever seen how they made the first Disney pictures. But they would paint like glass, and then they would do certain others over clear film or other pieces of glass, and they would put those two together, like they would do background, and then they would do the moving piece. It's interesting to watch if you've never watched. But when I close my eyes, I see the scream as a shape, and it's overlaid across another picture for me. A certain area on that road that I know the shape doesn't belong, but that's because of other things. And I know why that shape is overlaid across that piece of property. But here's all this greenery and these trees and this height and this water. And here's the shape of that screen. And I could sit down any day and I could draw the screen for you. And I don't know why it became a shape. I'm sure a psychologist can tell you why. But I can't. I can take my guesses, but I can still hear faintly, like if I try really hard. Thing is, I don't want to. I don't want to. But like it's right there. It's right behind that shape, right? It's how close it is for me. And when I try to push myself, it's like, oh. And it won't give it to me. Or something disconnects. So the answer is yes and no. And what's weird for me is that I don't even have to close my eyes to watch my entire life replay like a movie. Especially not those days, but my whole life's been that way. I can see just like you're standing outside of yourself, and I can see even before I can crawl. I can watch these things. I can hear my parents. I can hear the strangers. I can hear the fights. I can hear the arguments. I can remember the words verbatim. I can remember the food trucks and the taste of. I can feel the Texas dirt below my legs. I can feel myself petting, my pet rabbit. I can still see him. I can feel, go and see, and I could watch. I could watch myself crawl into planters for safety. I could watch, the blood fly. I could watch, feel and see as my little fingers at a sink